Ramnath Mani. I now run a company on industrial automation, more on the side beyond automation, the area of SCADA, MES, IIoT, Industry 4.0 solutions. What I would like to do is, I've been connected with the automation industry for over 45 years, and I would like to run through the evolution of industrial automation in India in the last 45 years. Actually, I started working for an industrial automation startup in the year 1973, a company called DBK Electronics, which was based out of Calcutta. And the first products that we were making were thyristor DC drives. That was the beginning of the automation industry in India. In those days, it used to be known as industrial electronics, and the automation word was not used much. The first beginning for industrial automation at that time was the replacement of Ward-Leonard systems into thyristor DC drives, or eddy current couplings into thyristor DC drives. The other area where these DC drives found a lot of application was replacement of mercury arc rectifiers in steel plants. So that was the beginning of industrial automation in India, when we started with the replacement of Ward-Leonard sets into variable speed DC drives. In fact, the technology goes back to early 70s, when very few Indian companies were involved in this area. I would like to mention a few of them. Larsen & Toubro was one of the pioneers in the field, and the person who headed it, Mr. Dravid, was one of the pioneers of industrial automation in India. Mr. V.N. Dravid, Vijay Dravid, I would say. In Siemens, it was one Mr. O.P. Narula, who headed the industrial automation division or the industrial electronics division in those days. And then we had other companies like Delco, with Mr. Mahasur as the head, Cutler Hammer with Mr. Kathuria, who started working along with Mr. N.A. Singh, and a couple of other companies. But all of them were pretty new in India at that time, when DBK Electronics was one of the few startups in this area. As always, new technologies are difficult to sell, and we had quite difficulty in trying to locate applications where these thyristor drives could be utilized. One of the first opportunities that we got at that time was at West Coast Paper Mills, where they already had a Ward-Leonard system running, and what they wanted to do was they wanted to use thyristors for varying the speed of the motors in the Ward-Leonard by changing the field of the DC motors. So we had actually the Ward-Leonard system changing the main speed on the armature of the DC motor, and a small thyristor drive was fixed on the field of the DC motor to give finer variations. This was the first application that happened, and DBK Electronics was one of the first companies chosen to make this change. And it was a challenge because we were trying it for the first time. But at the end of the day, it was successful. It was partial implementation of thyristor drives, because Ward-Leonard system still continued to remain there, while the field of the DC motors was only controlled. One of the first applications for DC drives came from the paper industry, which had mainly line shaft drive. There were lot of small paper machines, or even large paper mills, which had number of small machines. And these machines used to be run by what is known as a line shaft drive, where it used to be one AC motor with a fixed speed, and the variation in the speed coming out of pulleys, which would actually give a little variation in the speed. So this was a great application for a variable speed drive to be applied, and we found that to be a good market. And the market for drives actually opened up in a big way in the paper industry. The first start, as I said, was from West Coast Paper Mill, and then came some very big opportunities for all the Indian companies to offer for the paper industry for drives.